clearly the language that needed to be hammered out for both sides to feel comfortable, certainly with the level of distrust, required more time than just the 5 days between announcement and you must accept this workout and the workout taking place. So I understand why Kaepernick's group would think there had to be something up. So the question I have is, from your reporting, where did this initially come from the league, that it had to happen, that it came out of nowhere, and it had to happen that Saturday, 5 days later, come you know what or high water, Steve?
And, Rich, that is the one unanswered question that we just cannot get. We have not heard a solid answer on that. I have talked to teams, I have talked to people in the league, and that is the one answer we are not getting. We have seen reports that Jay-Z was trying to push for Kaepernick to get a workout. I do know that there were people in high-ranking spots with the league office who had no idea about this until it was announced on Tuesday that this workout was going to happen. But again, I've spoken to general managers who are like, we had no idea this was coming until we got the email saying, hey, on this date, on Saturday, there's going to be a workout for Colin Kaepernick at Flowery Branch, the Falcons facility. So these teams are like, wait a second, man, we've got our pro director scheduled to do some advanced scouting, but we've got to arrange, now we've got to rearrange this and that if we can get there. Of course, general managers and head coaches couldn't get there because their teams played games on Sunday. So the hastiness of this being put together, again, that was the first seed of distrust for Kaepernick's cap. Like, why now? Why couldn't we, slow play this and negotiate the terms? That was part of it. And then, some teams were inconvenienced. All that said, and I witnessed this, there were I witnessed personally more than 20 NFL personnel executives. I mean, some of them high-ranking people on the food chain. Andrew Berry was Howie Roseman's right-hand man with the Eagles in terms of personnel. They were there. They showed up to see Colin Kaepernick. And the fact that only 8 ended up going to the workout at the high school kind of tells you how this either sat with teams or how this conflicted with schedules of guys had to catch flights to other games. But the fact that 25 teams did take the time with all of this going on, the hastiness, the fact that they showed up tells you that there were some football teams interested in seeing him. And from someone I spoke to, Rich, they said not only did they want to see them to possibly look at him for their team, they wanted to see if there was anything that has developed in the 3 years he's been off in his skill set in case they had to face him. So the ice definitely seemed, among football people, the ice seemed to have thought that Kaepernick could possibly get a shot, and maybe he still will.
Well, and on that front, before I let you go, Steve, I know you've got a show to do for the NFL Network. So the question is you could look at it. This had something for everybody to try and use against the other or bolster a case, widening the distrust, okay? So, because it can be said that the NFL tried to get Kaepernick working out at the most nefarious way to try and get him into some sort of trap that he could not sue them successfully for collusion, okay? Not that preventing him from doing it at all, but to sue them successfully for collusion. And then on the other side, the worst case scenario that Kaepernick just wanted to show up and show that he could still play, knowing that he thinks he won't get a chance to play. And that's all that mattered to him, is to just throw more mud on the NFL, figuring I'm not getting a job. Let me just torch it up, show up in a Kunta Kinte t-shirt in a high school, working out, blowing up their plans. And that's all that mattered. So where is the truth in all of this, and where do you think it moves forward best, as you can tell, having been there from the first moment that he sat during the national anthem to this day?
I tell you, Rich, just speaking in the short term, what just happened this weekend, that would be a whole lot of effort to prove points on both sides. It really would. If you're trying to make Colin Kaepernick look bad, that's a whole lot of effort, especially if you're asking 25 teams, just the 25 personnel men who have jobs to do, to to pull them out of those to do that is a whole lot of effort to make him look bad. And for Colin Kaepernick, that's a whole lot of effort to make the league look bad. When this was all dormant, when everybody had moved on, so to speak, Colin Kaepernick was doing his things in the community and his personal life. The league is having a great season here in 2019. That is a whole lot of effort just to stir this pot. So moving forward, it's just I'm just interested to see because, Rich, you and I know this. People who cover the sport know this. The NFL people for 3 years have said Colin Kaepernick could play. Pete Carroll came out and said when they brought him in a couple of years ago, he's a starter in this league. He can play. It is not the NFL people that have kept Colin Kaepernick out of the league. So now all of a sudden we're talking about all these GMs and personnel people and this and that who came to see him and who didn't come to see him and this and that. Maybe they could have a shot, but it is the leaders of these teams, the owners of these teams, if they want to make up their minds to give him a shot. And like I said, I really got the feeling the ice had thawed. But after all of this, we'll see. I don't think if he gets a call, I don't think it'll be for this season. It'll be in the off season for 2020. That's what some teams have told me. But it's so wide open. The scab that was there has come unpicked now, and the bad feelings and the emotions are all over the place. I just don't know how owners are going to interpret any of this. Who would want to deal with it, and who wouldn't?
For more of the Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download the Rich Eisen Show app.